Might need to go back to Olginsky soon. Okay, what's the local map? Olginsky's probably the next step. I want to make a trip to Ava's, but Ava's not related to the current mission either. So going to Olginsky first doesn't matter at that point. Because Olginsky's not the drug quest. It's the water quest, the one I'm not hyper sure what's going to happen with. But here we are. Am I that hungry already, by the way? I don't think I have more food, do I? Oh. Oh, wow. I need to stop buying those, don't I? I wonder if someone's done the math on all the food items in this game to compare their actual values, because holy crap, you do not get your money's worth out of some of them, it seems. At least I think so. I feel like whenever I have vegetables, I'm underwhelmed by how much it moves. You're the one I already bought from, so you're all out of wares for the rest of the day, evidently, and yet you're still at work. Normally I'd question that, but I think it's probably for the best that you haven't left, because if you left, you'd probably be murdered in the streets by a looter, or attacked in some other way. Speaking of looter, the dead looter's belongings will serve its purpose just fine. I got a looter's belongings, or do they mean something else? Alexander Sabrov's invitation. Bachelor. A detachment of our volunteers were ambushed and massacred by a band of armed marauders. If you could have any information at all with regards to the so-called barbers, I request you pass it to me without further delay. It is imperative that we put an end to the criminal syndicate as soon as possible. I would also like to inform you that in order to fight the criminal spree of robbers and looters, I had no other choice but to withdraw significant numbers of patrolmen whose previous orders were to cordon off infected districts. Shit. So the infections are going to spread now because of this barber group. Shit. Do I know where the barbers are? That's the soul and a half. So that's not the barbers. Do I know where the barbers are? Shit. Maybe I need to go talk to Saburov directly? After Olginsky, perhaps? What causes that flicker? Oh, that's what it is. Okay. What causes my map to flash sometimes when I'm closing it, where I close it twice really rapidly, is that I'm laying my thumb a little heavy on the space bar. So I press M to open the map, then I kind of press space bar and M at the same time when I'm closing the map, and space bar closes the map, and then M opens the map again, and then I close it again manually, and we loop a little bit. I feel like tourniquets are less effective, but I don't actually know if that's real or if I'm just making this shit up as I go. I don't know. Without being able to read numbers, I'm left to just look at the meter when it moves and try to feel it out. Which doesn't help in some cases when some of these drugs have proportional results, and stuff like the infection meter I think increases exponentially as opposed to linearly. So like a lot of things aren't, it's not the best to have to judge it that way. That's just one more thing for me to question and worry about while I'm just spraying around and collecting garbage. I guess I might have been here already this time of day. Yeah, nothing. It is 1 p.m. I was last here like 6 hours ago, so in my non-specific impression, I would kind of expect the garbage to be repopulated by then. A little bit. But I'm just playing it all by ear. This should be Olginsky right here.
Someone will have to be punished for this sin.
I feel like you were like visibly born to be a villain. Like look at this face. Look at Bond villain man here. Or actually look at Despicable Me here. More specifically. What was his name? Groot? No. Maybe? I don't remember what his name was. I haven't seen that movie for like 10 years. My compliments, dear doctor. I love the response. Unfortunately, they're quite useless. Are you aware of the trouble your people went through? Proved to be absolutely in vain? How so? The residential property has no water access. You'll have to redirect your attention towards public buildings. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. There are several special buildings in town. The town hall, the warehouses, the theater, the cathedral. But my people are confused. They aren't ready to shoulder this responsibility. What are they afraid of? They are unsure as to whether these buildings will do. The sanitary conditions are non-existent, and it's unclear how to prepare them. Doctor, they need your instructions, just in case. I've ordered these places to be off-limits to the general public and sent inspectors in, but I suspect they'll be rather useless. How can I help them? Please do examine the cathedral and the theater. Issue the appropriate orders, bring me the keys. Then I'll be ready to confirm your findings and begin working on those places. There must be someone who can do that for me. Oh, did I just end the quest or what? Wait, did that just happen? So the volunteers were acting on my behalf until further notice. The buildings were repurposed for... I don't think I want that to happen. Ah, shit. I may have to load. Ah, shit. When was the last save? 1326. I'm losing an hour. Alright. Let's go back. It'll go a little faster because I can click through all the dialogue real quick. So that's what I get for saying things. I didn't mean that to be the definitive I abandoned the quest dialogue choice. I meant that to be like, I'm trying to press, like, surely there are other goddamn people, right? And try to talk it out and figure out what the consequences are and stuff, but it just abruptly ends the conversation. That's not what I was going for. Alright, let's try this again real quick.
Swine.
Talkie. What are they afraid of? How can I help them? I'll be back with the keys. There we go. Some of the larger buildings draw their water from natural springs, the theater and the cathedral. I should investigate the sanitary viability of these buildings, as they may be the only available choice. If they meet the most basic requirements, then I am empowered to use them for medical purposes. Yeah, I don't want the assistants to do quests, as far as I'm aware, because bad things happen. Should I go back to Aspity? Because my talks with Lara pretty much just pointed me right back at Aspity. Where's the place that people were supposed to be surviving in? I'm not super sure. There was supposed to be some place where they're sending people to die. So I have the quest to go check out those two places. I need to deal with looters. I feel like there's things that just aren't showing up here. Right, I need to go to Saburov. And Saburov's up there. I can go to Saburov. What time is it? It's not early o'clock. It's already like 2 p.m. Not psyched about that. Let's get up to Saburov. Because he wants me to deal with some sort of rival gang. I should deal with, at the very least, I should deal with the theater because it's right here. Maybe I should just do this quest first. Because once I go to the theater, which I'm nearest to, I'm already like halfway to the cathedral at that point. Maybe I'll just do this first, then go talk to Saburov and see what comes from that. Hey, maybe I'll be done with today's quest once I do this, and then that'll be over with. Hey! We don't see that guy too often. Creeps a lot. The theater dude. Why do you screw me? Why can't I just have the bandages, sir? How heavy on drugs do I always want to be? I don't know. Admittedly, I have a decent number of things I can trade for them at the moment. Doesn't hurt to have a bunch of drugs. I'm extra interested in talking to a lot of these little kids a lot of the time because once in a non-canon moment, I think it was off camera and I was trying to do something, but then I didn't ultimately get to keep that because something went wrong or whatever. I did encounter a little girl that was selling schmouter, and I was like, "Wow, that's a big deal." But that didn't end up sticking around that particular timeline. I don't think I need that many more bullets. Ah, the drugs again. Yeah, the drugs cost more from you. Curious about that. That'll be fine for now. Have I already checked all these recently? It's probably been enough time, actually, that it's changed. Or not. Or I'm crazy. Ah. Alright, how you doing? The theater's closed by Supreme Command. The season's over, the troops disbanded. Follow the news in the poster columns. Troops disbanded? Are there no more morning, mimes sessions? Why was it closed? It doesn't meet the health regulations. Yesterday, some people tried to turn it into a conference chamber. Easy to invite elected representatives from the common people to cooperate on the plague issue. It's good that it was closed. Now open it up. I need to inspect the building and arrange to have it converted into a hospital. Unfortunately, our most esteemed and graceful Sir Stage Assistant has gone home with the keys. May it be known to you that he lives in the Chine district. As soon as it became known that a calamity was unfolding in Chine, a tragedian went there, but we haven't heard from him since. If I find out you lied to me, I'll have you hanged. Guess he's telling the truth. We're going to the theater there. That loops back around to Saburov. Maybe I will just not bother with the... quite yet with the cathedral while I deal with the theater situation. Are you the same guy or no? God damn it. Screw it, I have these things like piling up. I have not done this one recently, I think. Oh, or maybe I have. All these repeated... like, I know that I'm familiar with really specific layouts of, like, garbage cans more than I am about layouts of the city itself, which is incredible. I remember entire areas by their distribution of garbage, basically. Which is just bizarre to think about. Ah, why? So we're going that way. If I can make it to the building fast enough, I can just avoid this thing attacking me right now. Right here? How is he here? Also, is this rat chasing me upstairs right now? Ah. Look at Mr. Creepy over there. Is that him? Just that hangs around this ruin. That's actively creepy. Where'd the rat go? Oh, there he is. Are there no holes in this damn fence? Alright, you need to stop. That went better than expected. No. No. Can I fit through here? Come on. Give me a break. There's multiple creepy people all waiting for me at the only way out of here. That's not a great sign, is it? Oh, well, there it goes. Hey, fellow theater goer, how you doing? Bachelor Jacqueline. He's just the Tragedian. You will not find the person you're looking for behind this mask. I'm merely a humble comedian, just like you. You're exactly who I'm looking for. Then please be so kind as to tell me what I can do for you. I've been told that Immortel give you the keys to the theater. But he didn't order the theater closed. That came from above. They told us to keep people from gathering in one place by any means. Truth is, in times such as this, the theater is the one place where people can flock to in droves. Stop trying to be smart, give me the key. Could I, perhaps, beg a small favor of the omnipotent Bachelor? Please, help me out of this place. I've already heard the Shabnak whispering in my ear. Why'd you come in here? Follow me and stay in sight? Go back towards that portal, I guess? Why are you the creepiest? Why do you walk like the creepiest person? I hate him. I hate him so much. Don't walk like that. Oh, he has like 2D arms. What do you offer? The keys that I gave you, most excellent Bachelor, will become municipal property. They will be handed over to the person overseeing the hospital, or whatever facility you are going to turn the theater into. A hospital, yes. You do have a sense of humor after all, although the theater has always been a hospital in a way. We just used to mend souls rather than bodies there. I'm listening, so keep talking. The keys will be handed over to the overseers, and you'll be unable to visit the place at your own discretion. Somehow I feel it's going to be off limits soon. Are you offering to give me are you offering me key copies? So the legends of your mind-boggling prescience are true. Indeed. We actors do not wish to deprive ourselves of your company. We need an audience to stage our performances for. We need a volunteer to tell them their fate. But I was actually planning to offer you this bottle as a sign of goodwill. Thank you, actor. I'll drink to your health. Alright. Well, good for you. Gotta get to Saburov now. Constant hurry at all times. On one hand, breaking quarantine. On the other hand, I actively run in and out of those zones constantly on my own, and they don't stop me. Also, I think all the random people walking into those areas are kind of a break of quarantine.
The kind's weepers are looking for their house father's body.
Where'd all these bandits come from? Were they hiding before or something? I'm mortified myself. This epidemic turns people into bloodthirsty monsters. But I don't think bad grief has anything to do with it. Though my spouse won't listen to me. He thinks I'm only saying this out of false compassion. Why do you think he has nothing to do with this? The victims of Sunday's mayhem joined the ranks of the muggers. Further madness only provokes them. honest house fathers grab their hatchets because they see no other way to survive. This has to be stopped. Punitive measures are unlikely to help. You can't beat evil with evil. That's a textbook maxim. Only the courage of the volunteers can hold back the abusive behavior of the desperate cowards. Fair enough. End of conversation.
Shh.
She shushed me. She's shushing me now. Just strikes me as rude.
They say Haruspex is killing marauders now. Good.
Crime is seriously getting out of hand. Where are all those scoundrels coming from? It's as if their numbers double every hour. Knives everywhere. It's time to put an end to them. We should catch Grief and have him executed. Make him an example for challenging the new order. What did Grief do to upset you? His men are murdering civilians in the streets. All the crimes committed in the town right now are committed under his consent. Some under his direct orders. Are you sure they're his men at all? What's your... Oh. They made a mistake, I think. Unless he's just being like, are you sure they're his men at all? Are you sure? Because that is a response. Because if that's not it, then I'm guessing that he's supposed to say something that isn't what I said here. What's your plan? A group of patrolmen attempted a raid this morning, but they failed to catch the thieves off guard. Grief's gang managed to fight them off. I can't gather a new party immediately. There are not even enough men to cordon off the infected districts and curb looting. So who's going to stop them? Any brave soul who manages to put a stop to their rampage will receive a sizable reward. I shall pay 30,000 for such a feat. Whoa! If this keeps on, I'll start giving rewards for every dead criminal at any cost. By whatever means, this bloodbath needs to be stopped. I'll deal with them myself. Right down there, alright? Yeah, even the quest is what I think it is. Because he said before that the people that are going around stabbing people are not theirs. That's not how they operate or whatever. Weren't they smugglers and thieves or something or whatever? And even the quest here says just to talk to him. I need to talk to Bad Grief about the thieves' rowdiness. The governor is planning to end their abuse shortly and swiftly. He gave me 6 bullets. I know what he wants me to do.
No, I can't stand.
I'm running out of... getting into food trouble again. Oh. Right, the vegetables haven't been eaten yet in this timeline. That pushes them back a bit. Enough to get it off my screen, even. And taking care of this problem probably will get rid of my current reputation problem. See, that's where... Bad Grief is all the way down there. I've got a long trip ahead of me. I have the theater keys. I had to go back to Aspity. Quick save first. I think I still need to go back to Aspity because Lara's dialogue kind of pointed me back at her. I'm not psyched about it though because it's so out of my way. But if I'm going that far down, I can grab a bunch of stuff along the way. I can grab some... I can probably buy some food over here. There we go. You can probably buy some food over here real quick, because I could probably use some. Can I afford some, though? Yeah, I can. That's the wrong door, apparently. And if I get down to Aspity, I can then turn around and, oh. More nuts. And dried meat. Cheap food, but it's there. If I get all the way down to Aspity, then I can take the track to get to Grief. the serviceable path to take. My health seems to be really reaping the benefits of me having not been infected with plague in this timeline. Or not timeline, not having plague again, basically. That's not a good path to take, although this one takes me through plague. Ugh. Do you have plague now, little girl? Always with this stuff. Maybe I shouldn't go all in on that stuff, maybe. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ah. Really uncomfortable how some of it chases you. Ugh. Stop that. Get that out. It's like being an invading creep in a tower defense game whenever everything's coming at you like that. Alright, smoked meat. I need to stock up on food or I'm going to be dead. Crackers are super cheap. I'm not going to buy fresh stuff, I don't think. It's so expensive. I can, like, directly sell medications to get more money. Lets me get more food, because I have been trading for a lot of medications. Maybe trading one or two of these off is reasonable, since I have so many of some of them. Like, that offsets me quite a bit if I go that route. Oops. Even just one of them can take care of, like, my entire bills for food, basically. Yeah. I mean, food's important. And drugs are valuable. And I just helped that guy out. Now that guy's got drugs. So he can try to not be a dead man in the plague. So that's neat. Good for him. Enjoy not being dead, maybe. That one guy. Because, yeah, the sheer amount of, like, sewing needles and crap I'm getting are all turning into, like... Now you can have drugs from these random children. I'm like, alright, cool. I should probably start trading drugs for clothes. I saw that clothing store back there. Although some of me is, like, kind of psyched about my apparent plague dodging skills that have kind of got me by in a lot of the time, except that one time they really didn't. But we don't talk about that time. That fence, I forgot. I forgot how annoying this fence is. Pretty much have to go this way, I think. Am I being attacked by a rat again? I hear a sound.
He who distrusts himself is better off silent.
What a bitch you are, slandering an innocent person. Where's Jacqueline? Haha, I slandered no one. Have I said a single bad word about Lara? I told you she'd drop you the name, and she did. No one said the lady of importance was her. An orphan, a captain's daughter. I didn't mean her at all, you hear me? And fancy that, calling me a bitch, compensating for something with that strong language, are we? Who's the lady, then? I'm not going to tell you. I'm not a snitch. You were hinting at it, though. And it's too late, anyway. Everyone overreacted. No one had malicious intentions. The Gorkon's water is bad, and I'm glad it won't be drunk. We'll make do with the springs and the water we've stocked up on. Let them poison themselves with twirine. It will all end soon enough anyway. I'm asking for the last time, where's Jacqueline? I won't hurt him, I only want to ask him questions. He's back in the termitary. I helped him escape your anger. He was terrified, thinking you'd find him and torture him to death. You may not be completely aware of this, but you instill terror in many people instead of love and respect. I know. It's a pity. Go, make a try. Perhaps you'll catch up with him. The termitary appears to be unlocked, but it won't stay unlocked for long. Run, Bachelor. Fast, Bachelor. Run. Run, fast, Bachelor. Run, is what they said. Catch him by the tail. Not the last you'll see of me. Obviously, due to the fact that we seem to constantly re-encounter them. Is this whole dead end even going to be worth it ultimately for me? The termitary. I guess I'm down the street from it right now. I should give it a go. But every step I take in this direction is a step away from all of my other objectives, basically. At some point I'll just be known as this guy that just sprints across town constantly. And that's like the one thing I do all the time. This guy is always hilarious looking. I can't not... Oh, they're dead. I can't not see them as being like perfect dark enemies. That always stood out to me that in GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, everyone had this plastered on face over their polygonal skull. They had these like comical faces plastered over them, and they almost always had like a somewhat exaggerated, ridiculous looking facial expression that was just absurd. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like employees of the company, honestly. Oh boy. Nope, nope, nope. Woo! Getting a little better at that, huh? That wasn't very nice, murdering my source of drugs. I need him for drugs, dick. They're just out and about during the day now, I guess? Oh well, that improved my reputation. It's so yellow here, because it's plagued. We're all in Plague Town, I guess. Really funny when they all, like, bend over simultaneously to, like, tie their shoes or whatever. Is this it? Ah, flashy. How do I get into the termitary? Is it listed as a quest? There's the drug testing thing, the looters thing, which I don't even know. I'm not sure about that one. Bad grief. God, what I'm doing right now is not even one of my objectives, is it? Can I even go in here? I think I've tried that before. And like it's like an invisible wall. I guess I didn't try the other door. No one seems to be willing to talk to me. Isn't this the termitary? Yeah. Isn't she said to go to the termitary? This might not be a real quest. But now it's 4 o'clock. This doesn't really bode well for me. Ah, you screwed me, didn't you? Ah. I don't think this was a worthwhile trip, and I'd like to save a little time on running all the way there, so I'll just run south from here instead. If it loads. We in trouble here? Oh, there it goes. Ah, alright, south we go. Unless they're just hiding in the basement. And that was like another lie. No. Because what she does is lie. Even if it's lie through omission, she still lies. Although I can't imagine why anyone would lie to poor Bachelor. He's so likable.